Hey everybody, it's Angela and I am back with another layout, and I am going to use this American Crafts Galaxy or Star chart paper. I must have got it open stock because it's very, very thin. And then I also have the Chamel Star Shine, and it had a city skyline paper in it, which I've cut into both of them to use the navy blue on it, but I hadn't used the moon portion of either of those pages. So I'm going to do that and use that here to give a little asymmetry. And this layout is of my husband and I going to the theater to see The Rise of Skywalker. And this was back in January before all the theaters closed for the pandemic. And so it had been 15 years since we had gone to actually see a movie together. So this was a big deal for me. And I wanted to put a little bling on the layout. And I had this, I don't know why I even bought this. It's just like a little, I don't know, a border strip stack of sparkle paper, but you can tell it's like the offcuts from when they did when they made 12 by 12 sheets. So yeah, they suckered me into buying that one. So I want to make sure I keep using it and getting my money's worth out of it. So I'm just going to take this one piece and cut it in half and put it on the top and bottom as a border to this kind of horizontal strip in the center. And I thought that blue sparkle kind of played off the lightsabers that they use. So I'm going to use the blue for this strip, and then I'm going to use that piece of red. I'm going to patch it together to go around my central photo to kind of give for the red lightsaber. And so I'm liking that so far, and I'm going to take this Chamel moon here and go ahead and put that down. And I'm going to actually do my journaling on the bottom part of that later. And then it's just a matter of seeing, how much of this border I want to show on the top and bottom, and going ahead and getting some glue down. Now these sparkly papers have a tendency to really want to curl up and not stick very well, and it has a tendency of things not wanting to stick on top of it very well. So I'm going to use a combination of my tape runner so it'll stick right away instantly, and then I'm also using glue stick, or you could use any kind of wet glue. I think that hedges your bets to try to get this to stay down in the long term. And so I'm going to go ahead and put that at the top. Yeah, and that's just going to be kind of like my blue lightsaber color, and just to add a little extra interest, because this layout does turn out to be rather simple. I don't have a lot of supplies here at the farm yet unpacked. Actually, I just spent the last 5 days packing our house in the city because we're going to leave that. And yeah, so I've been a busy girl. And although I have some, if not all, of the boxes here, I have not unpacked my craft room supplies. So it's kind of fun to have limited supplies and just try to make them work for you, even if it's not what you had in your mind's eye. It's kind of fun just to kind of make do. So I'm going to go ahead and put that sparkly red paper around my photo, and I took that one while we were in the theater, and then the one with the wording on it where it says The Rise of Skywalker, I actually took that one with my cell phone as well while we were in the movie theater. And there was hardly anybody there. We went kind of a little bit earlier in the day before the 5 o'clock rush. And it was one of those theaters, where you can have food. And so we ordered some nachos and a bottle of wine and sat back and just really, really enjoyed this movie. Oh my gosh, it was so, so fun. And like I said, it had been 15 years because the last movie we saw was when I coaxed him to go see Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, because I loved that book, and I wanted to see the movie. And so that was the last time we had gone to the theater, and I looked it up, and that was 15 years ago. So this was really fun and for me. And what I was thinking of when I was positioning these was there's blue in that one I have in my hand right there with the lightsabers. And so I wanted to put some blue on the right-hand side, so I put the stormtroopers. And in both of those, the characters in the photo are facing into the layout, which is really good. The one where she's out in the forest using her lightsaber, she's also facing into the layout, and this one here, Chewbacca, is facing into the layout. So that's kind of what I kept in my mind as I was positioning those, just kind of keeping the colors, moved around, and also having the characters face into the layout where I could do that. So there are my small photos, and then this larger photo of my husband and I wanted to put up on just some fun foam, but I didn't have any fun foam. And then I remembered I did have a roll of sticky photo squares, and it was one I had gotten at the dollar store. So I was like, oh, I don't use foam squares that much anymore now that I've started using fun foam. So yeah, it was good to remember that I had that and be able to pull it out. And these are the ones, I just got them at the dollar store one time. So it's kind of nice because then it has adhesive on both sides, whereas fun foam, you have to put the adhesive on one of the sides. So I'm just going to go ahead and coat the back of this so that it's really supported, and put that down. And that just, really makes that my focal photo. So I like this so far. I like that the moon kind of gives a little bit of asymmetry to it. I really wanted some silver sparkle on this, and so I was looking through for some letters. The blue just didn't quite match. I thought about using that a couple times, but I do go with these sparkly silver thickers. So I make sure I have enough letters, and I'm going to follow the curve. Since that universe map there, or sky map, has the curvature already on it, I thought it would be fun to have my title follow that and really accent the round shapes in this. And it's going to give me, I'm going to do May the Force Be With You, and this longer title and that it's curved and stuff is going to give me enough interest, because like I said, there's not a lot. This is a pretty simple layout, so the graphic quality of the font and everything is what's going to lend most of the interest to this page. So I didn't think Force was going to fit in the rest of the top. I thought about using a different thicker. I thought about, again, using that blue colored thicker up there, or that brushed silver to do the word force. But then I just decide, since it's not going to fit around the curve, since force is like the main word in that sentence, I thought it would be good to just put it here at the top of my photo strip and accent that word. And then this thicker pack also has a bunch of asterisks, and so I'm going to take those out and use them as stars just to bring a little bit more of that silver sparkle up into the photo strip and through the layout. So I'm just going to position those. And then I remember I do want to put my journaling down there on the moon, so I'm going to move this one up into the photo strip so I have plenty of room to write my journaling. And then I want to also look up and see what the date was that we went and saw this movie, and what I had put on my Facebook page as the description. So I'm just kind of scrolling through my Facebook page here, looking for the photos. Like I said, it was back in January before all this pandemic stuff happened, and so it's kind of sad. I don't know when I'll be able to go to the movies again. Hopefully it won't be another 15 years. But so anyway, I do my journaling down there, and then that is all I'm going to do for this layout. Like I said, it's pretty simple, but I think it has enough structure and interest to it that it's really fun. So I like the sparkle elements. I love that I was able to, get a few movie scenes, off the internet. And then I had a lot of space to do journaling there. And then my other thing that I had that I didn't want to forget to deal with before it got lost were the ticket stubs. Since we went there, I had 2 different ticket stubs, And if you know, in the past, one of my videos in my channel in the past, you could probably look up in the mini album playlist, is a ticket stub mini album. And here it is. And I just have ticket stubs from movies, and I've taken the movie posters and whatever, any pictures I had from the event or whatever, and I've been putting them in this as I go through. Now there's Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I don't have a picture with that one, but that was the last movie. I'd gone to, the only things I've been to since then are like ag expos and county fairs, so or home and garden type shows. So this was the first movie I'd had in a while. So here's my 2 ticket stubs. It kind of says the date. It also says how much it cost and where it was that we went. So that's always fun to keep that memory. And then I like to print out either the movie poster or something. And I had these 2 photos left over that I had printed and not used in my layout. So I wanted to use them here. And I was trying to figure out a way to attach the ticket stubs without gluing them down. So I'm just going to pull a little kind of star-shaped brad out of this brad box, or kind of a little box of embellishments, random embellishments. I'm just going to put it right through there. So you could always take this back off and yeah, and see those. So then here are the 2 extra photos I had left over from my layout. I put those in there. And that way, it, you know, I keep filling up my ticket stub mini album. So there we go. And that is the end of my video. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you have any questions or anything, just leave me a comment down below. And thank you guys so much for watching. I hope everything is going well with you. And I will see you again in the next video. Bye.